podcast is rated TV PG for fantasy violence and language. Welcome back to Star Wars Birth of the Republic tabletop role-playing game. Episode 7. I'm Kirk, and I will be your storyteller.
I am Andrew. I play Hakru, the Zabrak Scout.
I'm Eric. I'm playing Lashara, the Bothan Noble.
I'm Greg. I'm playing Dodd, the Human Scoundrel.
Yeah, I'm Seth, playing Jad Markeda, the Rhodian Scoundrel.
This is Mary, and I will be playing Rura, the Tagorian Scout.
Last time we had a huge battle in the small town of Adan on Daghi. There's a lot of damage, a lot of dead people, but you guys came out on top. So basically we're starting over from right there. Like, you guys are in the aftermath. Bodies around all over the place. Smoking heaps, corpses, damage on some of the buildings. Some of the buildings are pretty much cracked open. Yeah, so we're starting there. And basically, Jad just got healed back up. So, that's where we're at.
Okay. I guess out of the gate, Hakru had been standing by Lash, and I know Lash had been mildly traumatized by the experience.
Oh, massively traumatized.
So he's going to be mostly like sticking around with her. Very much just kind of like, you know, like I kind of had this picture in my head where it's like she's almost like squatting, if not full sitting down on the ground, just with that like, I can't believe any of this just happened look on her face. And Hakru is just being like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Lash is definitely extremely upset. She's probably crying. She did what she had to do in the battle, but now it's all, coming to reality in her head. And she sees not only all these quote-unquote bad guys that have been killed, but also people that she would consider acquaintances and nice people, and they're all dead, and she is not happy about it, and she's certainly not happy that she feels like she was a cause of a significant portion of their deaths after the whole triggering of the explosion and all.
Yeah.
I guess before we cut away from here, Hakru is going to take out like a little, bottle. It's just water. Just offer. It's like, you need to hydrate.
About 9 people start sort of coming out of the woodwork from some of the rubbish, some of the refuse, some of the broken houses. They're slowly sort of coming out and looking around, and they are all devastated. Like, they are stunned and devastated. I guess the best way to do this is from Greg. You guys are all getting this sort of sense of accomplishment, even though it's dark. And we're going to say for the next 24 hours, Greg and his allies within 10 squares of him gave it a +2 destiny bonus on damage rolls. So this is part of Dodd's destiny that's been sort of pulled out. And this is liberation, the destiny liberation.
Cool.
So his destiny is to liberate groups, populations, or a region from domination. The focus of this destiny can range from bringing a persecuted group, a small alien enclave, a remote town, orbital installation, all the way to a city, starport, or even entire planet.
Cool.
So, you guys have a prisoner?
We do.
Yep. The last guy gave up, and I believe Jad wanted to shoot him,
Yes.
but that would have been a dark side point.
And I
Yeah,
did not want to take that.
Didn't we want to send him back to the city with a message?
I don't think you guys decided what you were going to do with him. We really
like the
abruptly
idea, though.
ended.
I'm still going with the crew didn't even know somebody survived.
Yeah. Yep. So he's on his knees, hands on his head. I assume someone went and checked him for weapons.
Yeah. First thing. I'm gonna walk over to where he is and make sure that I kick up a lot of extra dust when I get there.
Okay.
Just kind of, cleaning off my shoes and maybe knocking some dirt in his
Okay.
face.
He's a near human, so he looks pretty humanoid.
All right.
Hakru is going to make sure Lash is sitting on something, give her some water, and maybe get one of the villagers to be who's also just having an issue, because Hakru doesn't know how to manage these feelings. He's going to oh, here, you all sit together, you all have your sad together, all the sad in one spot. So Hakru is also going to be gathering up other villagers who are just too distraught to do anything right now, and just kind of get them all together and around Lash. Hopefully people of like feeling will, the idea being people of like feelings will be able to help each other.
Yeah, everyone kind of comes over to you guys and stares into nothing, looking around their village, that sort of thing. We were talking to the prisoner, though, right?
Yeah, that's who Dodd was talking to.
Yeah.
While Dodd's talking to the prisoner, this is what Hakru is doing.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know how to fix it, so like to like.
I think, Jad, I'm going to start rifling through the corpses of the baddies
Loot the bodies.
and loot the bodies, yeah.
Okay. Lots of vibro daggers.
Giggity.
All right.
Yeah. Blasters, that sort of stuff.
No credits or anything.
I don't know. Would you bring your wallet to a
Yeah.
to a gang fight?
Maybe.
About 97 credits on various chips or sticks or whatever they are.
That's all yours, Jad. Hakru will take a vibro dagger, though.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. I believe vibro knives too. Let's see. Vibro daggers. Blaster pistols. Where's the rest of my paperwork? Blaster carbines. Like 1 or 2 frag grenades. 4 stun grenades. A couple heavy blaster pistols. A vibro axe. 2 vibro axes. Let's see, is that about it? Blaster carbines. Yeah, there's 4 to 5 of most of the blaster stuff. Blaster carbines, blaster pistols, blaster rifles. And about 5 vibro axes if you want them.
Oh, I'm taking a lot.
You said 5 vibro axes?
About 5 everything that survived and
Okay.
are in good working condition. Vibro daggers, vibro axes, carbines, pistols, blasters. About 5 blaster rifles too. And we'll go with 5.
Probably
We'll do 5 frag grenades and 5 stun grenades too.
that's,
You find
that's
them in
enough for the rest of the villagers to
Yeah.
protect themselves with and train with, probably.
Well, you also have all their blaster pistols that were of them that were killed.
Right.
So, which is what, like 20 something. So
All right, so if I can go back to where I was.
yes,
I'm going to stand kind of leaning up against the wall, kick my feet up crossed on the side, and I'm just going to kind of look them in the eye and say, so, how do you want this to go?
you let me go.
I think that's a conditional situation.
I just got roped into this thing at the last minute, man. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Tarla told us to come. That's so we came.
Look, I'm a freaking saint, right? By the same token. What I guess I'm saying is we all are who we are and where we are. I need some way to assure that these people are no longer going to be hassled by you or any of your friends that are wearing that symbol. Didn't they have that symbol
Yeah.
on them, most of those guys? Yeah,
He says Tarla's not going to stop.
I see.
If the coalition, if the gang doesn't help her, she's going to do shit on her own. She's going to make people pay.
You know, it's interesting. I think you just found a really great way to buy your freedom. I want you to tell me everything you know about Tarl, who they are, where they came from, where they are, and where I can find them. Because I feel like I kind of want to have a conversation with them.
He says, I know Tarla in Garia. She's the main contact on this planet, and she's running that city. But as far as that, I've never been. I don't know. Do they just have us at various hideouts? One's on an asteroid, one's on another planet, a couple sectors over. They kind of move us around wherever they need us.
Pay well?
Not enough, apparently.
Well. All right, sit tight. I'll be back in a little bit. I think I might have a powwow with my compatriots and see if they agree with me that your good nature may buy your freedom. However, put a little bit of brain power behind what might be useful for me to know, because that will definitely help decide. I'll give you about an hour. Turn around and skip off.
He says, I don't need an hour.
Okay.
She has a handful of people left on the planet that support her. Gang members.
Just a handful.
She's sent everybody almost.
In the general population, they don't like her.
No. She's been squeezing the city for a long time. Actually, ever since she became mayor.
How many people are we talking about inside of her?
Maybe 6 or 8.
Maybe 6 or 8.
Her
Interesting.
personal guards, I think a liaison to different guilds, that sort of thing. She put them all in power.
And she's being fed by somebody off-world.
She is, yeah. She works for the Tatari. She's one of our. We're all members, but she asked them for assistance or for gear or things like that.
And how patient are these people with failure?
Nah, not very.
Would you consider today's efforts a failure? Charlie?
A lot of wasted resources. A whole city's resources wasted, yeah.
Yeah. Almost feels like it's not worth continuing the effort. Maybe whoever it is that's driving her around might appreciate me having a conversation with her. What do you think?
Possibly. But like I said, she's not going to stop. If she doesn't get any support from them, she's going to keep coming. That's just what I've seen from her so far.
Well, I can be pretty convincing. Tell you what, I need some assurances from you that you're not going to go back to town for, say, 24 hours.
Okay.
You think you could sit tight that long?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to go talk to my friends.
Okay.
And as I'm walking away, I make sure to slide a few pebbles his direction in the way that I'm walking.
Okay.
I'm going to go find Jad because he's probably going to be the most sympathetic to my plan, I think. In my head.
Okay.
Is there murder happening?
He's looking over blasters and tossing them over his shoulder and picking up another one and putting them in a bag or in a box.
I'll try to catch one surreptitiously over his shoulder.
Okay.
I rolled a come on, roll you jerk. I rolled a 16.
There you go. You grab one blaster. It's all broken from an explosion.
Oh. So Jad, and I'm looking at the gun.
Yeah.
How's it going?
These lousy guys only had 97 credits to them.
Out of all of them? Did you check
Yeah.
the trucks?
Nah, not yet.
Okay. Well, there's bound to be something in the trucks. Maybe at least some food rations, or God knows, some beer. Synthol. What the heck do they use in Star Wars?
The shrimp drink. The alcohol made from the shrimp that we saw on
Right.
Mandalore. I can't think of it.
Man, I'm not drinking that.
It, like
Starts
glows neon blue.
Yeah, starts with an S.
Okay, whatever. I suggest that there's some of that maybe in the trucks. I mean, these guys are partiers, right? So, hey, I feel like this job's half done. What do you think, Jad?
Yeah, I think we need to go on a hunt.
I got some intel from Scraggly back there, who's tied up to that post. He's telling me, and I feel like it's in earnest. What's my skill to decide whether or not somebody's bullshitting me? Deception, maybe? It works on the same principle. Don't kid a kidder. Or perception.
Perception.
Right?
It's perception.
Okay. My perception roll is 18. Do I feel fairly confident that he's like kind of in I got shit to lose kind
Right.
of mode?
Like I'm in over my head. I need to get out of this whole outfit sort of thing.
Right. That Rhodian's gonna kick my ass. Just okay, cool. Okay. So yeah, I feel pretty confident that this whole thing is run by. Hey Charlie, what's her name? Tarly, Taloris, something like that.
Tarla is the name of the person in control on in the city.
Yeah, Greg knows that. I
Yeah.
was asking Charlie because it's for effect. So somebody named Tarla seems to be running the show. She's got nothing for support right now. Maybe 6 hombres, right? And I'm thinking maybe we pay them a visit, do a little bit of scouting, maybe do a little bit of conversation with her to see if maybe we can ask her to extricate herself from the planet. And if not, we can extricate her from life, because I kind of feel like she's a villain who maybe deserves it for driving these people into the ground for as long as they have. What do you say?
Well, I did just get the crap kicked out of me.
Oh,
I
know.
think I need to give some payback, and I'm really yearning for a hunt.
Yeah. Okay. I like the way that you think. Between me, you, and the fence post, do you think that we can get the Bothan and the whatever Hakura is to go with us?
At least one of them.
Yeah. Which one?
I don't know.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. All right. Well, I am going to nurse my own wounds for a few minutes,
Okay.
see what I can do about finding a sandwich. Meanwhile, I guess Jad and I will discuss kind of fantasy scenarios where we string this person up or, and joke about that for a little bit with an earshot of Charlie or whatever his name is.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna search the trucks as well for anything.
You find another 94 cred sticks in various forms.
Hey.
There may have been more, but people were blown up. The skiff was blown up, that sort of stuff. So,
Once, like, all of the grieving people are gathered,
Yes.
her crew would go over towards, like, wreckage and try to see if he can find any salvageable parts.
okay. That is going to be a mechanics roll. Taking 10 would be what? What is taking 10, like an hour or two? Taking 20 is 24 hours, something like that? Or is it
Yes.
4 hours? So,
I think like taking a 10 is, I don't know the exact rules, but I just rolled because
Okay.
So I got an, what is that? It's 12 plus, so 21.
yep. There's one speeder that's left intact, and it's the one that does not have any sort of cannon on it. It's more like a van, a minivan sort of thing. The skiff had some parts on it you think you could salvage, and I think the other one had some. You might be able to put the cannon from the one onto the one that's left.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
It'll take some time because you have to cut a hole in the roof and everything and
Yeah.
all that. But the skiff got cut in half by the explosion, so there's a lot of good parts on there, engine parts. But the other skiff, I think it was over the top of like 2 or 3 mines. So
Oh yeah, it got messed up.
the cannon's about the only thing salvageable on that one.
Okay. Once I find all that, I'm going to go, or I find that all that is there. Obviously, it takes spend the time on it. I can never remember his name. Begins with an N. It's our captain.
Nanat.
Nanat. Gonna go up to Nanat. And I'm like, I'm going to get on my speeder, and I'm going to go back to the ship to get my tools and Lato. There's lots of very good parts here that we can end up using for repairs. Also, there's one whole good speeder.
Bring the whole ship here.
Horseship. Horseship. And he just nods and gets on a speeder and
Okay. And the ship was with the other people, right? At the other village. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So-
he takes off.
Lashara is
Sorry, Latrot.
sorry, before I go, I would go up to Lashara. Her crew is going to go up to Lashara, and Lerna's like, I'm going back to get the ship. Did you want to come with, or did you want to stay here?
she's gonna kind of shake her head and she says, "No, I think I'm gonna be with the rest of the townsfolk here and see what I can do for them."
Okay.
And then
With
she
that, he's on a
looks up,
speeder and gone.
before you leave, she looks up at you and you can she's just like very very sad eyes and says, "Hakru, we're gonna have to tell the rest of the village what happened here. I'm not sure how to do that." And then she kind of turns around and starts like going and like she's gonna kind of push her feelings to the side for a little bit here and try to help them give whatever kind of solace she can to the survivors here, patching up any other kind of wounds and just doing good if she can.
Okay.
The crew blinks in confusion, gets on a speeder, and goes.
Okay. The remaining 9 people are going through the bodies and pulling out other villagers and kind of taking them over to one area and laying them out. Actually, by the main fire pit, they're laying them all out. So,
Yeah, Lashara is definitely going to help with that. She wants these people to be dealt with respectfully and laid to rest with whatever cultural means they see fit.
okay. All right. Jad and Dodd, what are you going to do?
As I'm
I'm gonna
pointing-
go. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, as I'm pointing as Hakru's leaving, and saying, well, "You think Lashara would go then?"
I'm gonna head over and grab the kid that was with me and drag him out.
Okay, he died.
Yeah,
Okay.
but take him to where
Okay.
where they're bringing the people.
Okay. Nanat says he's going to start pulling the rabble outside of the village. So he grabs like a cart and starts throwing the pirates or whatever they were, the gang members, into the cart and wheeling them out.
So Lashara, while this is going on and helping move bodies and whatnot, she notices the savageness of how these people were towards the villagers. You know, like a lot of these were like one-shot kills
Right.
and things like that. So I imagine, you know, a lot of carnage.
Yeah.
And she has an anger growing about that, and a sadness about, you know, what she now sees people are capable of. This is kind of a new thing for her, and she's going to think about that a lot.
Okay. Okay. The speeder makes it to the. Dodd, you want to do anything else? What were you doing?
I'm just helping out in
Okay.
general. Like
Okay.
whatever it is that Jad's doing, I'm kind of following him around and
Okay.
talking to him about, how can we infiltrate this? Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do that.
Okay.
And if he picks something up, I'll pick up the other half. That kind of thing.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Both of us, since we're together, or just Dodd?
Just Dodd.
Roll a 1.
And that's it. He just goes about doing his business. So we cut to Hakru, who is riding on a speeder, and it comes up to the small hideout village, and people are standing up, kind of watching for any sign or any word. So as soon as he comes in, people start gathering toward him quickly.
Yeah. Almost kind of like that, childlike, my parent gave me a task to do.
Yeah.
So as he pulls into town, he gets off his speeder and he starts walking it towards his ship, and he's just like reviewing what he's got to, like, he's reviewing the parts that he found. He's like, okay, so I'm going to need a heavy cutter torch. Okay, Lato, he's got really good pliers, so he'll be able to, like, he's going over like that checklist in his head.
Right. You feel a tiny little hand on your arm or elbow as you're going through your stuff.
Small jump.
Okay.
Like, kind of like almost like a freeze. Like,
You don't get grabbed, but it's like a hand gets sort of put on the back of your arm.
yeah. As soon as he's like, okay, like, when you're deep in thought and you're suddenly ripped out of it, that's what happens.
Okay. You turn around and you see Lena, and she's got tears in her eyes, and she says, "Can you tell me what happened?"
And much as I just motioned, Hakuru just reaches up and just kind of like wipes. He's like, so many people leak today. The town is yours. The riders were taken care of. And we are beginning to put the village back together.
She says, "How many survived?"
I'm not sure. I think maybe one.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Dodd is working him over.
Oh, I mean, how many of our villagers survived?
Oh,
When you said one, you saw some other people that were kind of listening in. They burst into tears and kind of run off.
Sorry, I misunderstand. I'm not certain. Far more than one. Far more than one.
She shakes her head.
But many were wounded. I didn't have my time to. I am not a with the bandages. I'm not a nursemaid. I could not help there. So I come to get sheep because it is needed,
Okay.
and also for whoever needs to come back, I could give ride on ship.
She says yes, and she turns and says, "They're taking the ship back to the town. How many would like to go and see? There have been casualties, and he's not certain how many have survived. And you see a lot of the other people just like putting their heads in their hands and crying. And about 5 people come forward who are teared up, but they want to go see what happened."
It is. It is fight. What happens in fight happen, but your village prevail.
They kind of nod their heads.
Like, okay, no,
And they follow
time
you
for
back.
celebration. You are no longer. Let's see how Dodd put, under oppressive heel. I hear this is good.
And they kind of keep nodding, but some of them are sniffling and wiping their eyes. But they kind of follow you to the ship. One person sees your speeder and kind of grabs it and pulls it along to put it on the ship.
Oh yeah, in my mind, Hakru never even let go. He was just going to walk it right on up like it's a bicycle.
Oh, I thought you were distracted with everything and like mumbling to yourself and walking around. So if not, then they just follow you.
It's fine. It's whatever. So somebody decided to help a crew out,
Yep.
and he is appreciative of it.
Okay, so they get on the ship. Someone takes the speeder and puts it in the cargo bay.
I get into the pilot's chair. I have Leto come up with me, so that way we can make sure it's a smooth landing, nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so while because I imagine it would still take like an hour or two just for the need to lift off and then set down.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay.
You guys aren't that far away, but
Right, but there is like I have to get up to a safe distance so that I can move and then down.
right.
And during that time, a crew is going to ask Leto. It's like, Leto, do you ever feel like the words in your head aren't yours?
Do you speak binary? I can't remember.
I do.
Okay. Oh, are you sure? Because I have Zabrak, Ryle, and Huddies.
Basic and binary. They're the top
Oh,
two.
there they are. They're itsy bitsy.
Yeah.
What would he say? I feel like I'm drug around all the time by other people and putting words in my mouth. Yeah, that is the story of my life.
I do not like it, especially when most of the time I don't know what I'm saying.
Are you sure your circuits are all in order? And he kind of moves up closer to you, and you feel him like scanning a little bit.
Yeah. He goes, I have no idea. It is.
You seem to be in working order. You
I
don't.
mean, yes, but I mean, a cart with a square wheel will move.
Well, I don't see any leaks, and I don't see any square wheels.
All right.
Your Bob impression is awesome.
Oh yeah, no, this is great. I love that it's the child and the hillbilly robot
Yep.
having the philosophical discussion
Yep.
right now.
Yeah, and as he's doing stuff for you, he's one of his arms is going out and like doing a pre-flight check and everything.
Oh yeah, and I'm doing all this same like whatever like the manual stuff that I have to do. I'd be doing it too. He's like, I don't know. It just ever since the sisters disposed of me, I now know things that I didn't know before, and it's like there's something else just everywhere.
Well, you might have to incorporate all those new components. I have to do that when I get upgraded once in a while. It takes me a couple days.
What is most efficient process for this? As the ship starts to rise and fly.
Well, I tend to reboot a couple times and have to change my parameters about how I see things or how I understand things.
How do you know if it is correct parameter, though?
If it works, it works. If it
If
doesn't
not broke,
work,
don't fix. You got it.
if it does not work, then it can either be fixed or left behind.
I don't want to be left behind.
Can
I
you?
will.
Can you leave yourself behind? I don't know. I've never tried that.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. It almost feels like I was left behind on
Dathomir.
it almost feels like I was left behind on Dathomir, and I am piloting a new chassis.
Give it some time. It'll work itself out.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
It's the top of its head just kind of turns back where it's got an eye watching what's going on. A couple minutes later, you guys are starting the lift down or the set down cycle. Come down right next to the town. And he says, "I'll finish shutting things down."
Okay. Yes, and once we finish, I'll bring the people over to Nanat. But also, when we're done here, you and I got to get tools. There are so many things that we can salvage that will really help.
I will go out and look around.
Excellent.
Flash
A brief
is going
rundown
to-
of the parts that I had seen and where they were, and
Okay.
I'm going to tell them that the first thing I'm going to jump on is going to be cutting into and removing that cannon.
Okay. Yeah, everything you tell him,
I
he
can
makes a
grab
little
toolbox
list.
for that.
Okay.
Lash is going to inadvertently use the Force when the ship comes in view
Okay.
to see. It is a 28.
Phew, yeah.
Basically, she's just sensing who's there, and she would know that Lena's there. And
Yeah.
She's going to kind of head towards the landing ground.
Yeah, you feel Lena, and she is immensely sad. Grief is just like washing over her, waves and waves and waves. Ship lands, doors come down. Hakru's one of the first ones out, and he's got his pack over his shoulder. And then Lena and
Just
the
ready to go to
villagers.
work.
Yep. Lena and the villagers slowly walk out, and let's see. All right. Two are okay, and the rest of them start shrieking, like wailing immensely. One person falls to the ground, and Lena is like holding on to somebody, and they're kind of walking together.
As soon as Lash sees Lena, she's gonna like kind of not quickly, but like just kind of run over, and Lash kind of collapses down on her knees and starts sobbing, and she like looks up at Lena and she says, "I've never felt pain like this before. What's happening?"
She kneels down next to you and she says, "This is one of the side effects of the Force, is now you're in touch with other living beings. So you're going to sense their loss. You're going to sense them leaving the universe. It's the balance of the Force. It's the other half, especially when it's senseless and overwhelming. That's one of the things you're going to have to deal with when you follow this path."
She asks, "How can I make it go away? I can't focus on anything else."
Oh. She says you're going to have to move through it. There's no way around it. There's no stopping it. She says there's no way to push it down. There's no way to ignore it. If you do that, you're going to suffer longer than you are right now. It's going to turn inward. So she said, just you're going to have to move through it with sadness and with reflection, and reach the other side. So there's no way around this process.
She says to Lena, I'm so sorry. I never meant for it to be this way. I took many of these lives, and she like points over and looks, at the corpses that are piled up of the ruffians, and she says, I did some of that. And this is the way I feel. I don't ever want to do that again.
That's not how the universe works, she says. There are people out there that are going to try and hurt you and the ones you love, and you have to defend them, and you have to be able to recognize them earlier and try and avert things that way. Sometimes you have to remove people from this cycle. It's just how it is. If you don't, they go on to do more damage and hurt others by multiples and magnitudes. And if you can, do it non-violently, but sometimes it's not a choice. They don't give you a choice.
So her eyes kind of light up a little bit when Lena's talking about defending people, and she says that she thinks, Lashara says, I feel like defending them and defending you was the right thing to do. I didn't know I was going to feel this way, but I feel that defense was necessary, and I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah. We just have to be able to make sure this doesn't happen again. That's the other aspect of this, is to make sure the threat is gone, and if they're going to come back, then is there a way to stop that or to cease that from happening?
She says, I understand feeling this way with the loss of life like this. I want to do everything I can to stop lives from being lost, but they didn't care about that.
No.
And she points back over, and she kind of gets this almost like a grimace kind of scowl and says, I just realized they didn't feel that. They felt nothing. They killed these people with no remorse. That can't be allowed either.
Right.
And she kind of stands up and hugs Lena and says, let's help fix this.
Okay. While you guys are talking, you hear about 3 of the villagers that came back have found people that are still alive. So there's 2 people that are grieving over their relatives' bodies, but there's 3 people who have found that they're still alive. And so there's hugs and there's some happiness, and still crying. So it's not all it sort of lifts things a little bit. It's not quite a balance, but there is some contrast. So, and then now it's gotten most of the pirates or the smugglers or whatever they were off to one area outside of the town by now. Leto comes out, and starts working on stuff and cutting things apart and moving them off to sort of a pile or a line. He's being very, very coordinated about how he's organizing things. Anybody else? The searches through all the gear and stuff are kind of done.
Greg's got his hand up.
Okay.
So, Lashar, how much of that conversation did you intend to have as being private? Because I don't want to butt in if it was intended to be a personal moment.
No.
Well, I mean, it happened when Lena came into the edges of the town, because Lash was heading over to where the landing site was, and
Yeah.
Lena was heading from the ship over. So, I mean, I guess it wasn't intended to be private, but depends on where you were.
Perception rolls for
Okay.
anybody who might have heard it.
Whoa. Opened a new window somehow. From that.
I'd imagine that.
Okay, I rolled an 18.
Hearing some of it, but
plus
he already had a mission and was just going to keep.
Yeah. Yeah, anything over
27.
a 15, it's easy to hear because it's dead quiet. There's nothing happening in this town besides people either weeping or picking up bodies, and it's a very quiet process. So it's easy to hear the whole conversation, everybody, pretty much.
Okay, so as that conversation is rolling, I kind of direct Jad with a box of supplies that we're going to bring back to the ship, so we have a reason to pass by. And after she says the phrase, there's sometimes reasons to remove people from this cycle, I'm going to wave to Jad and we'll stop and kind of hear her out. And at the end of it, I'm going to stand there kind of in front of the two of them and put on the most solemn face that Dodd has. And I'm going to say, Lashara, I heard her mention something about sometimes people need to be removed from this cycle. And that's the unfortunate truth. The other unfortunate truth is that these actions we took today were in earnest, an effort to try to make this place a better place for everyone. And a lot of people paid for it. And that's the truth. But it's not over. There is a very big threat still in the middle of that town that has the potential to generate enough menace to come back at these people harder than they've ever seen before. Now, Jad and I intend to go and do something about that. And I'm wondering, are you with us?
So she has a reaction when you talk about the menace and the threat. I think she's kind of just made an internal decision that her efforts to defend these people is a very worthy cause, even though there is a
Second cost.
Yeah, there's definitely a cost for her now that, and she's gonna say, I've seen people die before a few times in my life. Most were family and peaceful people, and I've never had the reactions that I've had here today. It makes me never want to be around a dying person again. I felt it throughout my whole body. However, these people have never done anything wrong, and they can't do this themselves. It's going to take people like us to defend them. And I'm with you for that cause and that cause alone. They
I can't
need
even
to be
pretend.
defended.
I can't pretend to understand what it is that you're feeling right now, but I can tell you with absolute certainty that I think it's the right thing. So I'm glad to have you on board. I'm going to talk to Nanat. I'm going to go talk to her crew. I've got a plan. And that's when the screen wipes.
Okay.
And then Lash is gonna give Lena a hug and say that she needs to go and think on her own for a few minutes. And she actually kind of walks away from all the stuff in the town to kind of go over things on her own. And she doesn't quite know how to meditate. She didn't use that word yet, but
Right.
she's going to do that.
Okay. All right.
Lena had a shop in town, right?
Lena's
Her son.
son does. Yeah.
Does. Okay.
A mechanic shop.
He's a mechanic shop. It's where we got a lot of our.
Her crew's buddy.
Yeah, her crew's buddy, her crew's bike.
Yeah.
So
I'm hearing a lot of possessive pronouns here. Just saying.
yes,
Thought we were a team.
Well,
and you have your stuff and a crew.
Our stuff.
It's
No,
my
that's out of
e-web.
nowhere.
It's Jad's e-web, Dodd's datapad, her crew's bike.
I feel like I'm missing out on something here. All right. So I gather everybody around
Okay.
near the ship, and I ask Lena to join us as well.
Okay.
I'm going to relate. I'm going to check in on Charlie. Is he gone? I'm assuming he split.
I do want to.
No, he's still there.
Okay.
Before anything else continue, this is a little bit meta. Sorry,
Go ahead.
but we as a group, and I'm just throwing this out there because it makes too much sense not to pass up. We need to address the fact that the leader's down, that the guy that was in charge of that town got killed.
But I don't know that we really should be affecting the politics of these people. But Lena seems to be the de facto.
Well, all I'm saying is that they don't have leadership. So
Yeah.
whatever we end up coming up with, we should probably figure out who is going to be that next person. So you might have been heading down that path anyway, but I just think that they're gonna need somebody here
Right.
very soon.
Okay, I feel you. I think you're right.
When you walk over to the prisoner and look down, he's drawn a pretty elaborate map in the sand with a stick that he had, and he says, "This is the headquarters. This is the mayor's office, and this is generally how she, where her people are kept and where she's at."
Charlie, you outdone yourself. What's your name? I can't keep calling you Charlie.
What is his name? Blah.
Star Wars name generator.
No shit. I might have to pull it out. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have some funky
Just look
name.
up anybody from Finland's name, and that'll be it. Finnish names are the most Star Wars names in the world.
There's actually a good generator out there called Donjon.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's also where I buy my surf
I
supplies.
like to use them for their.
My surf supplies.
That was not me. Whatever that sound was.
Let's see.
But
Yeah. Let's see. Star Wars. Male names. Let's go with Oron.
Oron.
Orron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
All right, Oron. I'm impressed. We'll get back to you, but I gotta say I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Stand by, and then I walk out of earshot.
Okay.
I click on my visor and take an image of that.
Okay.
And make sure that I've got a really good scan of it.
Okay.
Then I take a really good scan of his face as I'm smiling and looking at him.
Okay.
And then I would turn around and walk away. Around, I mumble as I'm walking away.
All right.
All right, so everybody's gathered. I'm imagining around the rampway to the ship.
Okay.
I send the data to what's our droid's name?
Lado.
Lato. I send the data to Lato, and I whistle something in binary, asking, giving him well, he'll know what to do when.
Okay.
So this is really important. Eric is just kidding.
He took off. He's tired of your shit.
Yeah, right. He's like this.
This guy keeps
dude
planning
said
stuff? I'm
all
out.
sorts of stuff about his personal life before this game and how he's really down. And now he won't shut up. So
Oh man.
I'm just glad that y'all live far enough away from me that I don't have to worry about your 7 foot tall ass.
Just Greg looks up. Here come the trees. It's the trees.
It's weird that the 6 foot tall guy is the short guy. I'm just saying, you know?
Yep.
All right, welcome back, Eric. Okay, so I'm imagining we're all kind of gathered around near the ramp at the front of the ship where you load things in.
Yeah.
And it's all of us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as near as I could tell, we've done a real great service for these people, but if we stop now, it's no service at all. We might as well have left them where they were. Okay. So I think we got a couple of real nice cannons on this ship. And I have, Lado, please project right here.
He projects it up.
Nice floor plan of the current honcho
Mayor's
of
office.
this town.
Yeah.
Mayor's office. This person, according to Oron over there has been calling the shots and leaving people in some pretty dire straits for a long time. She belongs to that organization that this symbol. I would have grabbed it off of
Yeah.
somebody, and I'm gonna hold on to this.
Okay.
Remember it. This symbol belongs to a much larger criminal organization. Now, look, I don't really have a problem with criminals as long as they're not hurting people too unnecessarily and unfairly, right? These people and the people of that city deserve better. And Jad, me, and Lashara have agreed to do something about it. And I say, no matter what the cost is at this point, because we've got skin in this game. Hakuru, how do you feel about a little more mayhem?
A little more what?
Violence.
Just shrugs.
He's
Okay.
in. Let's go.
Okay. Nana, here's my plan. I want Hakuru, Jad, and I to find ourselves stationed right outside this point. This is the back door of the mayoral office. It enters out into a larger kind of parking area, right? I want to station ourselves strategically so that we can ambush whoever it is that comes out the back. Nanat, Lashara, and Leto. I want you and this bird, and I want you to come flying into this town like a avian creature on fire. And I want you to destroy as much of that building as you can with as much fire as you can spit at it, so that their only recourse is to come out the back. And then we'll have a conversation with them back there. From there, we have an opportunity to engage whomever it is that is pulling her strings as leverage to maybe let her leave the planet alive. What do you guys think?
Is this the
Yeah,
is this the mayor's office? We're gonna blow up the city government building.
Well, Nana, you make a good point, but
Maybe we should be more surgical. I say we land,
Okay.
we go in, we shoot whoever we need to shoot, and we kill her or whatever we want to do then.
well, there's another option. If they've got a data port, I could probably lock out the doors to that building that are not they're not necessary. Give us a path straight to her office, so it's just her and whoever goes inside. Of course, I feel like maybe Lashara should be the one doing the talking to this person, because I feel like she can bring the most feeling behind the words.
They might have other information in their network you could get on the Tatari
It's a good point.
in case we want to take them on or
Well, if we get
or harass them.
if we get her passwords, it'll even be that much easier. I don't know. I feel like this group has spent most of its resources. I feel like there's only a handful of people left, according to Charlie, who's given me this, or sorry, Oran, who's given me this really fantastic diagram. Oh, and by the way, I kind of want to let Oran go. I feel like he's learned a really valuable lesson about cooperation today. And should I see him again, maybe I'll disagree with that cooperation. But I think that he's done what he needs to do. What do you guys say?
Sorry, I grabbed a soda. Did Lash come back?
Bashar walks back down the ramp.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, everybody was. You guys were all there, along with Lena. She was there too at the bottom of
It
the.
was a rough day. I needed a mic card.
Oh, nice. Brought
Yeah,
to you by
so-
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
So, yeah, Lash says, I know this is going to sound kind of misguided, but if at all possible, can we not try to kill them all this time? I feel like we have a overwhelming force with overwhelming firepower. I would like to get them in the open for discussion. I can't stand these people. I can't stand what they did. I hate everything that they brought with them here today to push on these people. But I'm not sure we should just go in there guns blazing and kill them all. That's just me, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize. It seems sensible. Killing people costs money eventually, or they have a son, or they've got a daughter, or they've got money, assets, people who owe them favors. All of those people can create what they call complications down the road. So it's a practical decision as well as maybe an ethical one. But I'm maybe not the most ethical person I've ever met.
She says, "Well, we need to act fast. That's something that I just know. I feel it on the inside that what we did here today has already been noticed.
Oh, sure.
So we need to get a move on before she calls in reinforcements."
How about we don't shoot first, but if they shoot, we shoot back?
How about we get the town with us?
The what?
I just thought of this. So we've got short band communication, but once we get close, we can reach the communicators of every home in that town, right? I wonder if between me, Leto, and Hakru, we could hack something together that would broadcast to the town as a whole, and we could state, they sent 32 men after us, and 31 men died. This woman's a problem. Let's go talk to her together.
You may have to get into a government facility to be able to get that sort of network hacked. But yeah, that's just Game Master talking.
Right. I don't know. I've got lots of plans because I've been spending a lot of time by myself lately with all you people discovering new abilities and shooting stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm all for it. You guys tell me what you want to do. I'm not in charge. I just have a voice.
Lishara says, I feel like the town would be on our side at this point. Not the town, the city would be on our point, or on our side at this point. And they deserve to hear from whatever her name is.
I don't disagree with
Tala.
you guys, but as soon as we broadcast that, she's gonna know.
Maybe we broadcast it from her room. Maybe we go there and then we broadcast with her standing next to us and asking for answers. I
Leto,
think that may be the sweetest.
Leto says, I can do that. If you're plugged in, I can broadcast a live holovid to all the holovids in the town or the city.
Lash says that she's on. She says, I'm on board. That sounds like justice to me.
I feel like we're coming up with a plan for saving Han Solo, right? Okay, so Lando, you go in first, right, and see if you could free him. And if that doesn't work,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send in Leia. And when that doesn't work, I'm gonna go in there myself. And if I get captured, R2, here's my lightsaber. I need you to give it to me when I give you the signal. And if that doesn't work, Boba Fett, I need you to. Oh, you're not on our team? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fly the ship in, get into the building, and
Open the front
announce.
door, see if I can't close off the areas that we don't need with a quick hack. I'm going to work together that hack as beforehand so that I can execute it.
Okay.
So if I could take time or something.
Lash asks Dodd if he talked to Oron about defenses in the city that she might have access to.
Oh, here, look. He's put together this diagram.
I know, but is there defensive shielding or cannons that we're going to have to deal with?
He didn't
City
say.
building.
Yeah, he said there's just like 6 to 8 people. Her trusted bodyguards are all that's left.
Okay, so there's no like building defenses or anything.
No.
Yeah, and closing us off from those guys might be good because those guys might be kind of hoss.
Yeah. She had.
You hold in reserve.
Yeah, she had 40 people to protect her in the city, so there was no reason to have like interior defenses or anything like that.
So then Lash says, "Don't forget, we have one of their vehicles. we can get in extremely close before they even know who we are.
I think did Nanat go to the city with you guys last time on the speeder bikes?
Yeah.
Yes.
He remembers when he was up top that there is a large building that this looks like in the middle of the town, and there is like a park out front with a few trees, but not a lot of vegetation. A lot of it's low, so that's a great place to land, like on the front porch or on the front lawn, and then go in that
Like
way.
a screaming firehawk, just
Yeah, and you'll get a lot of people's attention with that because it's not a landing pad. So,
Okay.
and yeah,
distracted by Andrew's the what is that, the foam. It looks like you've got this giant Lego set going on back there.
Kinda.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so let's do it.
okay. You guys all get on the ship. It lifts off. Takes about an hour. The sun's starting to come up.
We do tell the mother that we took with us into space and back down what our plan is, why we're doing it. Does she pose any kind of disagreement? Because she would know if the townspeople are really against this mayor.
From what she's heard from her son, they're all getting squeezed. She's taking
Okay.
money from them, fines, ridiculous stuff. I mean, she's squeezing the city for everything it can, and then on top of it, making them mine and sell the mining
Right.
stuff. So she wants to go with you. She wants to see her son and talk to him while you guys are sort of storming the castle.
Oh, for crying out loud. Do not get in harm's way. We've lost enough of your people today.
She says, "I'll be fine."
Uh-huh. I look dubiously at her. Okay, you say so. And then I look at Lashara and make a big showing of setting my blaster on stun.
Okay.
And she like bows kindly.
Okay. Ship is en route. The sun's starting to come up. And then that says, "I'm taking it right over the park." And he kind of does a swoop around the city. The city's kind of like a donut almost. Swoops around real loud, like grinding the thrusters, and then plants it right down in literally in front. So the door goes down, and the steps going up are right there. And it's not a lot of steps. It's just a small.
So while we're flying in,
Yep.
this is when a crew just kind of looks over at Jad and goes, "What are we doing? I didn't get any of that.
Get your blaster pistol ready.
I don't have a pistol."
Here.
he turns around and points to the 6 crates. Pick one.
Yeah, no. When you were listing off all the weapons, Hakru definitely made a note of which ones he will grab, so he'll grab one of those. But
Put a little red dot on them.
at this point in time, all
Mine.
Hakru's got is a sniper rifle.
Hours. All right. Any other prep you guys want to do in an hour of flying in?
Yeah, I wanted to write a macro so that I could slot a spike into the system and lock all the doors that aren't the ones that take us straight to her
Okay.
Royal Highness's chambers.
That is a used computer, I believe.
Okay.
You'll have to look up on the wiki.
Well, I don't know. I don't have access to the wiki.
Yes, use computer is how you would write up a hack.
Right.
Okay.
And I think it's got a number to hit. Oh, you gotta kind of mess with the attitude of the system. But access information, access. Let's see. Issue routine commands. Reprogram droid. I thought there was a thing for. Well,
When in doubt, Kirk, what would go cool in the movie? Either a failure or a success. So
yeah. Well, I'm not finding any like program spikes and things like that under it.
100. That is one tall target number.
Under it.
Under it.
Under the user computer wiki page. It's like how to access information and everything, but there's nothing about building a program or anything like that. So I think you're going to have to get there and do it all manually.
Okay. I'll have to do it fast.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to walk down the ramp, right
Okay.
up the stairs, got my blaster in one hand, and I just
All right.
push open the door. What do
All
I
right.
see?
You guys land. There are people around the city that are sort of coming out of buildings and stuff, but there is no one out front of this government building. Who else is getting out? Dodd kind of storms off by himself.
I think I'm supposed to follow. So
Okay.
I'm
with
following.
pistol in hand, just
Okay.
I'm going with the group, and I also have my pistol out, but I am going to be in the back.
Okay.
I'm following with one of the vibro axes.
Okay. Nanat comes down to the bottom of the ramp, and he stands there with his blaster rifle, kind of keeping watch over everything. And Lena comes out, and she heads back off into the city. Head up the stairs. Everybody gets up there.
Make sure everybody's behind me, and I say, let's be heroes.
The door opens up. It is not locked at all. Nice. Actually quite beautiful inside. A lot of it's made up of, instead of marble, it would be the tor, the mineral is being mined. So it's like got this translucent, pearlescent look to it all.
It's flammable, isn't it?
No,
Okay.
no, this is the mineral you guys sold. It gets incorporated into other materials
Makes
to
super strong
access it.
permacrete or
Yeah.
something, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But since it's not raw, but it's all been manufactured and polished and everything. So, big long hallway. There's a couple offices off to the side, but there is a reception desk right up front.
Perfect.
Turn around the corner.
I'll do a flourish as I vault myself over the top of the thing and
Yep.
turn around and land in the swivel chair. And
Yep. It's got an access point.
yep,
There you go.
plug it in.
All right.
Does it have monitors and stuff like that? Screens? Is there kind of security function to the desk?
Star Wars type screens. So like,
Yeah. There's no cameras.
No real information.
Yeah.
right,
Just lines.
Yeah.
Just
right.
lines.
And I'm going to say the computer's indifferent, so it's a -2 because it's treating you as a guest or a visitor, and it doesn't want you to have access to a lot of stuff. So if you want to change the attitude of it to make it more viable, you can do that if you want.
All
That
right,
is
I'll
it.
start by changing the attitude of this
All right.
computer.
That is a DC 10,
All right.
and it's a full round to do this. You don't
Okay.
hear anybody else around. There's no sounds really, so
So I rolled a 9, and my computer skill is 14. So
Okay.
23.
all right. That moves it along to friendly, and it treats you as an authorized user. If you want to move it one more step, it will treat you as helpful. It will basically provide you an equipment bonus on your
Yeah,
future checks.
What's the target number? Do I imagine?
It's another 10.
Okay, doing it. 16 plus 14, so 13.
Yep. So now it thinks you're top access to do whatever you need to do,
Great.
and you
Flip
want
a
it
couple
to.
switches, lock all the doors that don't have anything to do with Her Royal Highness, and I also turn on the radio,
All right.
the broadcast radio. That is.
So go ahead and make another used computer.
Oh, I opened the window. Hold on.
While this is happening, because since it's taking a couple rounds, Lash is going to use some of the techniques that Lena taught her to calm herself down and quote unquote meditate and just see what she can feel in the local area. Like she wants to see if she can feel anything at all in this building.
Okay.
Rolled a 20 exactly,
Okay.
including the skill.
All right. Do you hear doors sort of locking down the way? You open up access and give it to Leto for the rebroadcast or the broadcasting that's coming up. Let's see. I think. Did you want to do anything else at this point?
The computer's seeming helpful. I'm going to ask it for a suggestion as I'm standing up.
Okay. It gives you a layout of the building, and it sort of shows you that there are 7 people in the main office of the mayor.
Of course there are.
And it's up a flight of stairs at the very back.
Okay. Lock the windows to that room.
Okay.
Lock the door until I give the message.
Okay.
Is there a panel, an access panel in the hallway?
No, there is one in the office on the desk.
Okay. Then I guess leave that door unlocked and we'll just go up there and see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, and adjust the thermostat positive 20 degrees.
Okay. Would you like me to remove any users from the network?
Yes, remove all users except for myself and someone named Lashara.
Perfect.
Only people that have access.
Okay. Lados pipes up. He says, "What about me?"
Leto as well. Give him super user access.
Granted. And you guys start heading up the stairs. Get up there. There's 2 big wooden doors.
Hopefully somebody's humming some heroic music while we're walking up the stairs.
And you guys
crew just continues to look confused about what's going on.
Okay, if I notice that her crew's looking confused,
Yeah.
I look over and I might go, get ready to fight. But not too hard. We don't want to kill anybody.
Okay. All right.
We don't.
Well,
Lash
Sarah has.
asks
Nice.
if anybody has any of those stun grenades that we had found.
I didn't think to grab any of them.
I might have one on me.
That'll work. May I?
No.
Okay. Chuck one in that door if you wouldn't mind.
You got it.
All right. Do
Beep, 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 beep.
you open up the door the whole way, or do you just open up a little bit and like put your hand around the corner and toss it in, or what do you do?
Oh yeah, just open the door a little
Lash
bit. and
Lash says,
toss it in.
Can I try something? And I say, don't arm it, but hold your hand out. You cool with that, Jen?
Don't stun them. You're saying?
Yeah, don't arm the grenade, but hold your hand out with the grenade.
Is this a magic trick?
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Are you shitting me? We just leveled up, dudes.
Yeah. No. I was being in character. When you make the suggestion, I wryly say, "Is this like a magic trick?"
Okay, I got you. So Lash kind of side eye looks at him and grins in the neat little puppy dog Bothan face that she can get.
Yeah, I'll hesitantly agree.
Okay, so she's going to like you can see her concentrating. She closes her eyes, and she kind of holds her hand out a little bit towards the grenade, and she just kind of whispers, "Open the door," very slowly. So if you guys want to open the door, and you see her start like she's gonna use the force, so I'll go ahead and roll it. But
Okay.
with the advantage I have these days, guys, don't worry about it.
Yeah, her crew just
You
kind
know
of
the
like
one.
with her like starting to use the force, he kind of like flinches a little bit, but also just, like slowly opens the door for her.
So I rolled a 6, guys, but I have a plus 14.
Yeah.
That's 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't think I'm supposed to be that powerful and use the force yet, but this isn't too crazy. So she's just gonna kind of move the grenade up, and it's gonna enter the room by itself.
Okay.
With us looking into the room and kind of float to the center of the room, and she's going to like hold on to the concentration to be able to arm and detonate it if necessary. And she says, "Say what you need." She looks at Dodd and says, "Say what you need to say."
Oh, I thought you were going to talk.
I can't.
All right.
I can't.
Charla,
So you open. Okay.
you're calling.
She stands up as soon as the doors are opened. And the guards around all stand up and they pull rifles and guns and everything.
Is there any cover in this hallway?
Not
door frame.
really. Yeah, the door's about it.
Okay. How's it going? How close is that grenade to her?
I don't know how big the room is, but it's in the middle of the room. Would have been my goal.
Yeah.
Lash, closer to the objective, I say.
Okay, so Lash kind of like pushes forward a little bit, and you can see she's starting to strain.
All right. At that time, they're all looking at you guys, and this thing is floating up above, and finally she points up and says, "Blow that up!"
Go time.
Yeah, it's initiative. Okay. Roll initiative.
All right.
Hakru goes
This roller's
first.
not super convenient. Initiative. I got a 10.
Okay.
Initiative is not my strong suit.
Anyone roll a natural 20?
I did not.
Okay.
I
did.
roll a natural 20, but I
The
do have a
murder
23.
machine got a natural 20.
Yeah.
What did you say you got,
So
Jack?
Hakru got a natural 20, and he's got a plus 10 to initiative, so he's got a total of 30 right now.
Okay. Then you are even with
Jed,
the bad
you also got a
guys.
natural 20?
I rolled a 19 plus 8, so 27.
Jesus.
So anyone else beat a 27?
My 28.
28?
Oh, no. Shit. I'm 27. Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Lash. Who's next?
23.
23. And then we have Dodd.
10.
So you roll. What'd you roll?
6.
Okay. All right. Hakru, you get to go first.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna take a shot at one of the flunkies.
Okay.
Flunky A, we'll just say.
Okay. 1 through 6, basically.
Okay, cool. Number 1.
Okay.
I am using my keen shot, so there goes his concealment if he had any.
No, they're all chairs. They're all standing behind and things like that.
Cool. And do I want to or need to aim for this? I forget what all aim does.
It's like two. Is it 2 swifts to aim? Something like that.
Right. Well, I'm not moving, so. Just trying to figure out what all the benefits you get from combat. Types of actions. Here we go. Aim. 2 swifts. Yes, I am going to aim because then this also allows me to ignore any cover. So if there was any concealment or any cover, no,
Okay.
I'm ignoring it all. Ooh, nice. Okay. So 16 plus 4, 7. So that is 23.
That hits.
Okay. And 12, 13, 15 points of damage.
Okay.
That would be right at my threshold.
That is 1 above, so he goes -1 on the track.
So the crew's like shoot.
All right. So the people standing up. 16, 21. One shoots the stun grenade, and it cracks and falls to the ground. Let's see. Boy, I guess everybody's just in the open on this. No one was really hiding that I heard.
We were kind of hiding behind the door.
Yeah,
I didn't realize we opened the door all the way.
yeah, we pushed it open slowly.
Yeah, but I kind of viewed it as like the crew like stood next to the door and did this, so like he'd almost be up against the wall,
Yeah.
and then. But at the same point in time, I would have had to poke my head out to aim at the guy. And I didn't have any actions left. So at the very least, I'd say Hakuru is somewhere between soft and full in the open.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to roll randomly to see who they're hitting. 3, that is Jad.
Good.
And that is an 11 to hit. That second person is Losh. And that is a 22 to hit.
I'm sure that hits.
Let's see. 3d8.
Good lord, what do they have for guns?
These are blaster rifles. These are the top tier security folks that she keeps around her bodyguards, basically. Her personal.
All
Bodyguards.
rifles have a base of 3d8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the difference between blaster rifle and blaster carbine is a blaster carbine has a collapsible stock so you can hide it, and a blaster rifle has auto fire.
That was a 23 points of damage.
Ouch.
Jeez.
That was almost full damage.
Yeah, so that she took a condition hit
Okay.
because that was past my damage threshold, and that's a fortification defense, right? So that's only a 15.
Right.
So I had 44 hit points, and you said took 23.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm at 21.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one would have shot the grenade if it was still there. Number 3 is Jad again, being shot at. 11.
No.
That's 2 misses on Jad.
No shit. And that is a 4, and that's Dodd. And he botched. So he just misses. So it is Lash's turn.
So after taking a hit like that
Yes.
and losing something to condition, I can still perform normal actions and everything. She's never been shot before.
Right. Just everything's at a -1, I believe.
Okay.
Don't forget you have second wind.
Yes.
That's true. Let's see. She is going to, even though the grenade hit the ground and is probably broken,
Yeah.
she still feels it through the force and is going to attempt to fling it at one of the attackers
Okay.
with a move light object. I think I read that you could do that.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Right.
I forget how much damage that does.
4, just moving an object.
Yeah. Because you can turn it into a weapon.
Oh, that's right. You have to. I think you have to roll, and it tells you how much damage it'll do.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for here.
Should be on the. That's your force power, right?
Yeah. So it's not.
It's not a medium-sized object, even.
Yeah.
So the DC would be a 10, and I'll say 1d6 points of damage.
Oh, so that's not even that much.
Yeah, it's like a softball or baseball or softball. It's been cut in half, and you're kind of lobbing it at somebody.
Okay. Yeah, that's not probably worth it then.
Yeah.
Um.
If you wanted to pick up like the desk and smash somebody or a chair,
Now we're talking.
that would be.
Let's see here.
Chair, give him the chair.
Wall or something.
She does have move object now. So let me jump down to that real quick and see what I need to roll. Let's do that. Why not?
To use the
We got
force,
powers now.
a chair is a DC 15.
Okay. But with move object, does it just allow me to move?
Right, and then
Larger, I guess.
you can hurl the object at a target or another target in range if you use the force check exceeds the
Gotcha.
second target's reflex defense.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you're basically rolling once to see if you can actually pick it up, and then it flings it at the person.
Okay. I rolled a 15 plus 14, so 29.
Oh, yeah. So one of the goons,
Yeah.
the goon that shot you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Revenge is a dish best served by a Jedi. wait.
And then
No, it's not called revenge. That's called justice.
yeah, and then
Every
roll your 2d6 points of damage.
Okay.
Do you know why they call
A
it justice? Because it's just
And a 3.
us.
Or
It's a soft chair. It bounces off him, but it still jerks his shoulder. All right. It is Jad's turn. 2 of these fuckers have shot at you and missed. Almost took your antenna off.
I brought
Remember, you get a +2 for your
Yes.
combat.
Oh, damage for the damage. Everybody gets a +2.
Oh, cool. So that one guy that I hit, he took a 17 then.
Yep. It's a 6 on that. Oops.
my guy took 6 instead of 4.
Yeah.
Hey.
And this is actually purpose built for that destiny, right? Like,
Yes.
This is, we're acting
Oh, yeah.
on it right now.
Yeah. Well, you did act on it. You freed the town. So if you complete this, then you'll get probably another 24 hours of the bonus.
I like how he says "if."
All right.
So I brought the vibro axe.
Yeah.
We need to really bust down a door, but I'm gonna drop that.
Okay.
Whip out the bowcaster.
That's a free action. That is I think a swift to arm yourself.
With to arm myself, and then
Don't forget, this is the one that I modded so that you do extra damage with it.
yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at the closest guy that shot at me.
Okay.
And that is a 15.
Does not hit. All right. Dodd.
All right, so I get a +2 to hit, plus a +1 to hit because I'm in point blank range of all of these guys.
Okay.
Unless this is a Coliseum.
No.
And I choose the guy who shot Lashara
Okay.
as my dodge.
Okay.
So I get a +1 defense against that person.
Okay.
It doesn't take an action. It's just during my turn,
Okay.
I designate an opponent.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull the trigger on my heavy blaster pistol that is set to stun.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that means.
Stunning is a different bird, but go ahead and do it. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Still waiting on the results. The dice roller on this thing is slow. All right, I think I probably missed. What do I add to it? +3.
It should all be written down on your character sheet.
Yeah, it says +2, +3. There's no.
So that's +5
Okay, so +5.
Plus
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 your
your,
point
plus
blank.
2 bonus.
So that's
Okay, so-
6 plus your Do we get anything for your destiny in terms of attack, or is that just on
It's
damage?
just on damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So you're looking at a grand total of +6.
Okay. All right. So 19.
That hits. All right.
Yes.
First, stun grenades only have a stun setting. 6 creatures can be stunned. You make a 6 health attack. Deal stun damage. Subtract half of the stun damage from the target's hit points. So go ahead and roll your damage.
All right.
And some weapons have a stun damage setting.
Yeah.
So
13
So 13. So 6,
plus 2. So 15.
15. So 7. Goes to him. Does not. All right. Stealth. If the stun reduces the target's hit points to 0. Nope. If the stun damage equals or exceeds the threshold. Nope.
Nope.
Creature knocked unconscious or stunning does not die. I almost want to say like they would move one condition track down for just getting hit, because otherwise that is crap to get stunned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
It-
Yeah,
I
you
have
almost
to-
think that it's a condition setting thing for the most part.
right.
Right.
And like
'cause
ion damage
the
should be doing the same
maximum
thing.
This damage can be done with this thing is what's it? 24.
Yeah.
3 times. three
no,
times
heavy
8.
blaster pistol is 2d8 on stun damage, not 3d8.
What? Why is it only 2d8?
Because if you
Did
go
explain
and
that
you
to me
look,
and I missed it.
so that's one of the things I was trying to mention. If you go to the weapons table, you can see the damage types. There's one that says damage, and then there's one that says stun damage. Stun damage for a medium blaster pistol is 2d8.
Mine's
Instead
a
of-
heavy.
Even for a heavy blaster pistol, it's 2d8.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't even with a maximum rollout divide it in half. I couldn't get anywhere near this dude's
Yeah.
stun
Yeah.
threshold.
So
So,
that's like, where did you?
Hospital?
So I guess my quick question here is, Kirk, where did you see the stun damage?
This is under stunning on the wiki page.
Okay, let's.
I feel like it should do more than
It should. It's the same thing. It works the same way with ion damage on droids. It's really crazy. It's not. It doesn't seem like it's as potent as it should be.
even given that I move him down one track per hit, I'm gonna
Right.
have to hit him 5 times to knock him out.
Right.
I'm assuming Dodd has shot people with the stun setting before, right?
I don't know. Yeah, even under stun grenades, it says creatures you hit take stun damage, and has a chance of pushing the targeted creature down the condition track.
Okay.
So I just, and same with ion damage. It's very weak for some reason, and I don't know why they made it like that. I would assume it would be double the damage,
Right.
Not
half.
because the people you see getting stunned in Star Wars, one shot and they're down.
Right.
Yeah.
It should be under character combat in the regular in the player in the Obsidian Portal wiki on the fandom site. It's under
So
stunning.
what I'm looking at here, it looks like what they want you to do is shoot the shit out of someone until they're nearly dead, and then their last shot
Right.
stun them.
Right,
Yeah, that's very much what I'm looking at with this.
right,
Because it says if the stun damage reduces the target's current hit points to 0, the target moves -5 steps on the condition track and is knocked unconscious.
right.
So that's where the stun
Yeah.
really that's what they want you to do.
Yeah. So it's up to you if you want to stun a pretty fresh target or
Oh, and it says if the stun damage before being halved equals or exceeds the target's damage threshold, the target moves -2 steps on the condition
there you
track.
go. That's what it is. So, but
Yeah, no, it's impossible to
Yeah.
with that stun damage to unless I brought Jad's E-Web. That would be a
well, it even
possibility of
it even works the same way on ship to ship damage with ion.
What's
Cannons
the
and
damage
things like that.
threshold on the guy?
It is 15.
Yeah, you should be able to do that with 3d8.
Oh, it was
Oh,
15.
shoot.
It was 15. Oh, 2d8. Go ahead and roll your damage again.
No, if you're shooting,
Because he rolled 3d8.
Yeah. A heavy blaster pistol's stun setting is 2d8. But you also have to remember he's getting +1 from, but he's effectively got a +4 right now. 1 from level, 1 from point blank, 2
2
from
from-
his
yeah.
thing. So yeah, it's still possible, but he still has to roll kind of on the high side.
Yeah.
You'd have to get
I
an
gotcha.
11
Yeah.
on his 2d8, which is possible. It's totally within their own
Yeah.
possibility.
So go ahead and roll the 2d8.
All right. Here we go. 4.
So 8 total.
Yep, 8 total.
All right. So that's even. So it's only 4 gets through. Doesn't hit his threshold. So
Yeah. But now we all know how stun works.
Yeah.
And so do you, loyal viewer.
yeah. All right. We are back up top. Hakru, go ahead and go.
He's going to lather, rinse, repeat. Same guy he shot before. He's going to do it again.
Okay.
So again, aim, because no, you can't hide from Hakru. Okay. So that's a 16 plus 4, 7, 23.
That hits.
Okay. Oh Lord.
I like it. When
8, 8, and 6.
Yeah. He goes down.
That was just the dice, because then I have other numbers.
All right. Let's see. Person number 1 shoots at Jad this time. I'm just randomizing it, so you're going to be shooting at different people every turn.
I know.
So that is an 18 on your reflex.
Yeah. No. Well, yes, I have an 18.
Okay. And that is 3d8. 6 points of damage.
All right, not bad.
Number 2 goes to Hakru. 13.
No.
Okay. And number 3 goes to shoots at your droid.
I didn't know he was part of this.
Yeah, he's back in the hallway. 9, 15. What is his reflex? Probably not a lot.
Oh, Lato's taking
Hakru
a
would
shot.
jump in front of this if you will give him the option.
Oh no, his reflex is 20. He zips out of the way. He's floating
Why
around.
isn't he doing this assault by himself?
That was number 3 who shot at him?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 that are left. All right. Fourth
So there's
one.
a total of 6 bad guys plus the mayor.
There's 5 now plus the mayor. This one
Total of
shoots.
5 bad guys plus the mayor.
Yeah, this one shoots at Jad. Ooh. 23.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I'm taking it all. I must just be standing right in the middle of the hallway.
9.
it's that axe. They were intimidated by the axe.
15 points of damage.
Oh, crap. That was my damage threshold, too.
Why are you guys' damage threshold so low?
What do you
Pretty
mean?
weak.
It's your fort defense, unless you got some bonus going to it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with a 20. Because scout.
Yeah, but you rolled really high on your guy. I think you rolled the highest of anybody.
I did, but also that's why I'm just giving you guys trouble. But also, scout gets a +2 from it. My race gives me a +1 to it, and then we throw level on top of that. So it's
I want to say, who am I looking at? Oh, it's Lato. I don't know why it's so low. I'm like, wow. We are looking at Jad's here. Yeah, yours is 16, right? Oh, wait. No, your fort's 15.
Yep.
All right. The last one shoots at. Damn, the droid again. And misses.
Excellent.
All right. Boy, who came in and was talking? Was it you?
Me? Yeah.
Okay.
She gonna throw a spell at me?
No, but she rolled a nat 20.
Oof.
As she pops up above with a blaster pistol,
Uh-huh.
she hits. Well, she rolled a 20, so it hits no matter what.
Right.
Heavy blaster pistol, 3d8.
Jesus.
Plus her level and everything. Oh, 12. 19. That would be 28 points of damage.
Ooh, Doc.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many hit points do I have? I have 6 left.
And you move one condition point down your track, so all your stuff's on a minus.
1.
Second wind.
Yeah, you guys.
Yep.
If any of you need to do second wind, do it.
When do you get to do that?
When you're below like half health,
On your
Okay.
it heals you a quarter.
Anytime I can yell out in someone else's action. Second wind.
No, it's on your turn. It takes a number of swift actions.
I think it's 3. I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure it is 3. Like it's like your full turn, but they didn't
Yeah.
want to say that
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Where is it at? Second wind.
What does it do?
Second wind. If you're reduced to one half of your hit points or less, as a swift action, you can do second wind. Action heals 1/4 of your full hit point total, rounded down, or a number of points equal to your Constitution score, whichever is greater. You can do catch a second wind only once per day. Certain feats and talents allow you to do it more often, and that's it. Never more than
13 is much, much better than a quarter of 34. So
right. But it has to be on your turn. So that was it for them. That means this is Lash's turn.
Uh,
don't settle for a chair this time. Use the
And it's
mammoth.
only a swift action. So
well, didn't Andrew go before me?
Did you just
he
say
went.
that the
Andrew went. The bad guys went. It's now Lash's turn.
Okay.
Did you just say
It goes
that the
8 baddies and then the rest of you.
They say what?
did you just say that the second wind is only one swift action?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I misread that. It is 1 swift action.
I thought it was
Okay.
more.
Same. Because
So
aiming is 2.
Yeah.
Lash is going to go ahead and use that.
Okay.
For her swift action.
So you have a move and a standard left.
Yep. So for the standard, so she is going to like kind of back up a little bit behind the door for cover and
Okay.
look at her friends and say, "We've got to do this. Your shots are close to the mark. Don't give up. They have to pay." And basically what she's doing is inspiring confidence.
Okay.
So she's just going to use that ability and grants all allies in my line of sight +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and +1 morale bonus on skill checks.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Yep. That's for the rest of the encounter. And then she's going to use that healing.
Okay.
And that gives me half of my hit point or a quarter of my hit points.
A quarter or your Constitution score, whichever is greater.
Okay. Constitution is better.
Yeah. And while this is all happening, Leto would have gone on the bad guy's turn. He goes back down the stairs. He just zips back down out of
I'm back
fire.
up 35.
Okay. All right. Did you want to? Oh, that was all your actions?
Yeah, and I'm kind of moving out of the way. I just need a direct line of sight for my guys, so I'm getting out of the way of them. They fire way better than I do.
Okay. I want to say it's half concealed, so it's a -5. Is that what it is? Let me look up concealment. It's not concealment, it's cover. Concealment is like atmosphere. Come on now, I don't.
But if it's possible, can I get out of line of sight of the shooters?
Yeah, that's what we're going to figure out
Okay.
here. All right. All right. The way it's going to work is if you want a -10 for them to hit you, it's going to be a -5 for you to shoot back because you're so far back. You're having to pop out too far. If you just want to if you just want to take a -5, then you're okay to shoot back at people.
Yeah, I wanted to
on
get
them.
out of line of sight completely. They can't shoot at me.
Oh,
I can't shoot. At them.
Total cover, yeah, you can do that completely. Then they
Yeah,
then,
so like,
but I'm
if
saying,
we're-
to maintain line of sight with
Right.
the friendlies.
right. So if we're
Right.
at a doorway,
right.
I just want to be outside of that line of
Right.
sight.
Yeah, at the
But
top,
not
the top
so
of the
far
stairs, outside of this doorway, there's like a little not a patio, not even a balcony, but it's a small area where there's room on both sides of the door that you can basically stand back behind.
Okay.
But for anybody else, if you wanted to give them a -5 for your cover, then you could shoot freely from outside of it. But if you wanted a -10 from them to hit, then you take a -5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Jad.
All right. Well, I too will take the swift action and get second wind,
Okay.
and then I'd like to move 2 spaces.
Hold on. Is it once per day? Swift.
Yeah.
Then
It is.
did you? Well, we'll say it's
Once.
morning. We'll cover you on that
For what? What's that?
because you took it back in the town.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, but it's morning now, so we'll just say every morning it comes back, sunrise.
All right. And then I'd like to move 2 squares
Okay.
so I can do skirmisher
Okay.
and attack the same guy I did before.
Okay. You haven't hit anybody, have you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Rolled a 20. 22.
It hits.
22. All right. $24 damage.
All right. That drops him down a condition. What was it? 24?
24.
Oh, he's dead. Sorry. The guy goes
Plus
down.
2 damage for
Yeah.
being inspired and +1.
Yep. Dot, it's your turn.
Yeah, I've only got 6 hit points left, so I've got to I got to take the deal. So I'm now up at 19. If you'd like to write that down,
Okay.
and I'm going to kneel
Okay.
and pull my trigger. Shit, is it another swift action to set the thing to?
Yes. So you can't move, but you
So
can.
I can't attack if I.
No, you can do 2 swifts and attack, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sacrifice the
Okay.
move for a swift.
You just can't move
Okay.
anywhere.
All right, I will stand there like an idiot and switch to regular attack,
Okay.
knowing full well that a piece of my heart dies because I know I'm disappointing Lashara. But I think, given the circumstances, she might understand.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a shot at the same guy that shot Lashara, just because revenge is fun. And I have rolled a. So I rolled a 15, and then I add 5.
All right.
I subtract 1, and then I add 1. So 20.
It hits.
Okay, excellent.
And this is the person you tried to stun before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 3d8. 7, 6, and 2. So 15. Is that
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yes, 15.
7, 6, and 2. And you also, on your character sheet, there's a +1 under the
Oh,
damage
yeah.
on the side.
Point blank shot. Yep.
Point blank
And
and,
then.
plus half your level. Rounded
Oh,
down.
okay. So 2. So.
Well, it's on the character sheet where it says damage. Off to the side, there's a number that's going to automatically increase every time you do half a level. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Right. Yeah. So +1.
17.
Plus another +1 for
Eight-
being point blank
18.
range. +2 for being inspired.
Okay. And that guy goes down.
Yeah, eat that.
All right.
There's only 17 of them left. Let's go.
All right. Hakru, it's your turn.
Is number 3 still up?
No. Yes.
Okay. He shot my friend. He's going to die.
Okay.
It's like my dice knew.
The dice of fate.
Like, I could show you. It's a 20. It's a 20. You, who here speaks Zabrak?
I don't think I do.
I don't think I do either.
Nope.
I don't think anybody does.
Well, obviously, the crew does. Universally, you all know what I said was terrible, and Lash feels just rage, just black rage emanating off of the crew with this shot.
Okay.
Okay, so that one was a 1. Oh, but that's a 5, and that's an 8. Okay, so that's 14 times 2, 28, and then we add in everything else.
Okay. He's dead.
+2.
All right.
Well, and like right after that, like the second guy who also shot at Leto, Hakrua's gun is already just trained on him.
All right. So we have
We've dropped 3 or
Lush.
4 of them.
Right.
Total, we've dropped 3. Hakrua's dropped 2.
Well, I
Hakrua's
dropped
not very
1,
happy right now.
and I think Jad dropped 1.
I dropped 1, yeah.
So we are now down to a party of 3
Right.
in that room.
Oh, so is number 5 also still up?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Okay, cool. That's who Hakru has his gun trained on.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then we have the last 2 guys left. 7. Oh, who's going to hit? Hakru. That is a 13.
Nope.
All right. Other guy shoots at Dodd.
Oh boy.
16.
Miss.
Okay. All right. And the woman, where's it at? 13 does not hit you, Hakru, does it?
No.
Okay. Then we are at Lash.
So Lash is going to poke her head back into the room and say, we gave you an opportunity to surrender after the atrocities that you have put on these people. Today will probably be your day to die, and I'm okay with that. So she's going to be using her adept negotiator skill,
Okay.
and that is going to drop the lady down a level on her tree.
Okay. What do you have to roll? What are you rolling against? Against her will?
Let's see, that is page 39.
Should be on your Obsidian portal.
The target must have intelligence higher than 3. Make a persuasion check. Okay, persuasion check. Roll a 5. 5 plus some 9, so 14.
Target gets a +5 bonus to its will if it's higher level than you. So that is a 24. You got it beat.
Okay, I tried.
Okay. All right. Jad.
All right. Well, I'll take a shot at another one.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know about that one. It's just an 11.
No, it doesn't hit. Dodd. Now you can move if you want to move out of the way.
Yeah, I
Do you want to do the -10 to their attack?
No, I mean, I probably should, right? Because that would be smart. But if I'm taking myself out of the combat, that's just putting somebody else in the line of fire. And
Okay.
Dodd's not feeling that right now.
Okay.
Dodd's feeling kind of self-righteous. But I will maneuver myself into the room so that these people would have to actually pivot, and we would get flanking action against them if they did attack.
Imagine the room is like this, a box. They're kind of all along the sides, and the woman's in the middle, kind of all firing at you guys.
Left side.
So you would be flanked if you got in too far.
Oh. Well, in that case,
'cause they're basically-
I will not do that.
Yeah, they're formed up like a horseshoe. They're kind of against the walls, all firing toward the door.
All right, the guy on the left, I'm going to try to take him out.
Okay.
Shit. So 9 plus 3 plus 2. 14, 15. Does 15 hit?
17.
No. Okay.
All right, it is Hakru's turn.
Swift action. Hakru picks up the vibro axe that Jad dropped.
Uh-huh.
Move action. Starts walking directly towards number 5.
Okay.
Probably not going to close the gap.
Okay.
And then takes a shot with his blaster pistol at him.
Okay.
Not a 20, but a 19.
That hits.
Adequate.
Okay. These 7, 6, 2. So 15 plus the various bonuses, which are which is another 4 for me because
19.
it's point blank, level, and then the 2. So 19.
Okay. He's still up. He looks really bad, but he's moved down the condition track once. All right. So their turns. Okay. God. He shoots at you and misses.
Me?
Hakru. God. That misses again, the other guy. All right. That is 23.
To hit.
Hakru.
Yes, that hits a crew.
All right. And
I mean, no.
she...
3 people?
Yeah, everybody fired him because he literally walked in at them.
I literally walked into the room.
Okay.
This man's going to die, and I want him to know I did it.
I hope you don't get shot in the back in the process.
I think I
Maybe
just
your
did.
gun explodes? Can that happen? Can I spend a force point to make your gun explode?
No, you could have augmented some of your other rolls to hit them.
Gotcha.
Because I
We're
think
always
right
forgetting
now...
about that.
All right. She hits you for 26 points of damage.
Okay. That does take me down a condition track, but I'm still fine.
Okay. All right. That is Lash is up.
Lash is going to be in that that cover position where she's fine to shoot, but has the -5 against her.
Okay. Yes.
And she is just going to shoot her blaster pistol.
Okay.
Yeah, blaster pistol.
You're shooting at the target's blaster pistol?
No, I'm shooting. I'm just going to shoot at one of the guys that's in the room
Okay.
with the blaster pistol.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were saying, I'm going to shoot the mayor's blaster pistol.
No.
And I'm like, That is some fancy shooting.
There are called shots like that, but I
Yeah.
think like it's like a super minus, and even then,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
and that's before you take in like object sizes
Yeah.
into the case, like
Yeah.
blaster pistol.
Rolled a 16 plus 3, so 19.
Hits. Roll a 6-sider and give me odd or even.
Let's see. I'll say odd. Rolled a 2.
So that's even.
Yeah.
All right. Roll your damage.
2 has always been a very odd number to us, though.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
I mean, it's the only
10.
prime even number, which in fact makes it odd.
It's true.
10 damage.
All right. All right. Guy gets hit. It doesn't go below his damage threshold, or over it, I should say. So, Jad.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
I'm gonna move 2 squares again.
Okay.
What does the 2 squares thing do for you?
It
Sorry.
it activates one of his talents.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
21, 22.
That hits. Roll a 6-sider and tell me what you got.
A 2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Wow. What was that? 19, 26 plus 3, 4. Like 32 damage.
He's dead. He goes down.
Jeez.
Shoots him in the head. Dodd. You've got one guy standing up on one wall, and you've got the mayor who has a -5 to hit her.
Has a what?
-5 to hit her.
Because
She's behind a desk, popping up.
can I walk to where she no longer has cover?
You would have to move all the way around behind the desk.
Yeah. Can I do it?
Sure.
Because I feel like her crew's got this other guy in his sights
Okay.
pretty heavily. Is
I,
that
I,
true?
guess, I guess here's the question: Is will he be able to do that and shoot on the same turn?
What's your move?
Same as everybody's.
Everyone's a
6.
6.
Everyone's a 6 right now.
Yes.
When Mary joins, it will not be so.
Oh, she's slow, huh?
No,
she's fast.
I figured she'd be
Yeah.
fast. I just think it's funny to say it. But when Mary watches this, she'll get a kick out of that. Oh, she's slow, huh?
You can move and be right up against the corner, shooting down at her.
Okay. I need every advantage I can get.
Sure.
I'm not a combat guy. So, okay. Then I am going to do something stupid.
Okay.
I am going to go barreling into the desk and try to force her up against the wall with the desk.
Okay. Do they have bull rush in this? I don't.
Is this desk made of the heavy stone?
This desk is huge and heavy. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm walking up. and
It's
shooting
think of the president's desk or something big like that. Like this is. They're not screwing around with this.
President's desk if I had to. I'm just saying. I've seen the thing. It's tiny on the news.
The Resolute
Not that one.
desk?
Yeah, the Resolute desk is enormous and heavy. And
All right.
All right, rolling for hit. I'm sorry, I'm making a lot of noise today.
Changing things up on me, man. What's going on?
19. Booyah.
Does
That's
not-
my natural roll. So 20,
Okay.
24 to hit.
That barely hits.
Wow.
Roll your damage.
Okay. 7, 6, 7. So 14, 20.
20 damage. And that takes her 1 on the condition track. All right. Hakru.
So
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you go on, 7, 6, 7, right? 14, 20 plus 2 plus 1, so 23.
Okay.
And I feel like those 3 points will matter. So
All right.
Now Hooker.
Yep.
Okay. Her crew is going to finish walking up to this guy,
Okay.
and so there's like whatever is left of my move, and he's gonna just swing that vibro axe.
Okay.
No, I am not proficient. Yes, I'm taking the -5. I'm going to roll the destiny die to compensate for it.
Okay.
He doesn't care. He's just killing this man in a brutal way. Okay, so 18 plus 2 is 20 minus 5. That's 15 before we then get into.
Yeah. Keep adding.
Okay, where is my sheet here? Because I had to roll
You
away.
use force point.
Let's see here. I have a plus. Let's see, it's strength, right? To use.
Yes.
Okay, so it's 2 from that. So that's
17.
17.
That hits.
Plus my level, there's 18.
Plus my
Plus
1.
1,
There you go.
19.
All right.
All right, cool. I hit him.
Yep.
How much damage does a vibro axe do?
die 6. Just kidding. I have no idea. Why would you even think I would know this?
Vibrax does 2d10.
Oh,
Nice.
I was hoping for brutality, but
That's a lot.
oh, and is there something like two-handed weapons where it's like strength and a half damage or something like that from 3-5?
Not that I know
Not
of.
that you're aware of. Awesome. I always felt like that should just be rolled into the dice.
Yeah. It'd still be plus your strength and all that stuff. That's
Yeah. This is gross. 6 plus 9 plus 2, so 8, 17.
okay. As a Star Wars-esque death, this just goes a slash and the guy falls over. All right. We're not going to elaborate. Yeah. He turns as he's hit and falls down. That's all you see. All right.
And just a crew just guttural yell when he does it.
Like a Wookiee.
Drops the axe.
All right.
Did she feel like surrendering yet?
And just real quick, one last thing, because that was just a move and an attack. As my swift action, second wind.
Okay.
Because I'm right at half.
Okay. She is not giving up. Ooh. 18. Dodd.
My reflex save is 18.
Okay. That is 3d8. 14. That is 23 points of damage.
I am dying.
Okay. I'm sorry, 22 points of damage.
Still dying.
Yeah.
That's the sound I make.
All right. You
Thank you, Eric, for
slump to the
providing
ground.
soundtrack. Yep.
Everybody hears him go, "Ugh," and he clump, hits the ground. Those that could see. Lash, that's what you hear, and you're up next.
Okay, so she hears that and she gets this emotional wave over her of sadness, but like call to action to defend her friends, and she is going to like pull together every bit of force that she knows how to muster, and she is going to do what Dob mentioned earlier, and she's going to take that desk and just shove it as hard as she can into this lady.
Okay.
So that's a large size object, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. Rolled a 13 plus 14, so 27.
That hits. That hits, and it hits the DC. So
Okay.
Make it hurt.
So that ends up doing 46 damage. I'll let the GM work out if it's going to pin her or whatever.
go ahead and roll the damage.
Wall.
Yeah.
6, 12, 17.
plus your 2 from Destiny, 18, 19. Any other stuff that leads into that?
I don't think so. No.
Is there a letter opener on the desk? Perhaps some sort of sharp sculpture?
Well, I mean, she's her attempt here was to kind of pin the lady up against the wall. I'll
Right.
let you determine how that ends up working out.
You go to push it, and it is anchored. So instead of pushing, it tips over on her and crushes her almost to death. Ribs are shattered. One of her hands is pinned with the blaster, and she screams. She's moaning. She's got 2 hit points left. She's in really rough shape. And this massive stone thing is laying over on her. And that's it. Everyone else is out of commission.
And Lash, she really did just use every little bit she had when she saw Dodd go down, and she is just gonna kind of collapse there.
Okay.
In my left pocket is my cred stick, guys. Just so
You guys hear Dodd rasping breath.
Yeah. So are we still initiative order, or are we out of initiative
It's
order?
out. It's out. As soon as she went
Okay.
down, it was out.
And the only 2 people standing really at this point are Jad and Hakru. Because everyone else is
Yes.
either passed out from exhaustion, shot and bleeding out, or pinned under a desk, or dead.
Correct.
Okay.
Or floating down the stairs.
or possibly trapped in their office, thanks to my
I've
keen
got a-
hacking skills.
Yeah.
I've got a med pack heading Dodd's way.
Okay.
Just FYI, I'm gonna throw it out just so you know. I storyline her collapsing. There's no rule about that I know
Yeah.
of.
No.
But
Yeah, no, but it's good effect.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in favor of anything that looks good in the movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do it up.
Hakru is going to walk right over to the desk, and he's going to put a blaster bullet right into her head.
Okay. And she.
And before you do that, Lash said, like, kind of, which her last bit, she reaches out and she says, no. Like, quietly. She's not yelling. She don't have the energy left to do it. But she can feel what you're about to do, and she says no. I don't know if that's going to change his mind or not, but that's what
It might. We'll call this like a DC whisper check to see if I hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I rolled a 15. My perception is a 9, so 24. Do I hear her say no?
You were passed out though, right? That's the bad thing about you. Did you collapse or were you like faint?
Oh, I just felt. I didn't. I'm not unconscious.
She's not passed out. She's just collapsed. She's
I'm
exhausted.
just out of energy. You know,
Yeah.
I used every bit of what I could muster in the force to do that action.
It's like you just had a really hard day at the gym and you just got
Yeah.
home. You haven't gone to sleep yet, but oh my God, are you one with that couch and not getting
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, she
That
still
anime
feels-
style collapse.
Right.
Right.
She
Right
feels
now,
what's
Dodd
going
is one
on.
with the floor.
You hear it, but it's like a split second, so it's up to you.
Okay, so if I hear it,
I mean, like
At
as
the
you're
last
pulling
second-
the trigger, you hear it. So it's literally up to you to do
and
this. or
so
not.
at the last second, he just angles his wrist just a little bit, so it goes right past her head.
Nice scene.
You hear her go in her Duro voice, "They're not worth it. These people are vermin."
Switches to stun, puts another one.
Okay.
Lash is cool with that.
I like your style, kid.
Okay. Whoever's administering first aid to Dodd, it's a where is it at? Treat injury, hit points. Why can't they just
138. 138.
I
yeah, it's,
have 4 in treat injury.
if you succeed on a DC 15 treat injury, the creature gains a number of hit points equal to its character level plus 1 for every point by which you exceed the DC.
I
Using-
have 3. I'm sorry.
Using a med kit grants plus 2 equipment bonus in your skill check. If the skill check succeeds, the intended creature cannot benefit from additional. Okay, that's all you can do in the first 24 hours.
I do have a med pack on me if anybody wants to use it.
Yeah, so do I. It's just Jad was over there first, so I went and had my.
So
he called
did you
that,
say
so I
it's-
went and had my scene.
Yeah,
For every point you exceed the difficulty number of 15,
right. As a
the
bonus.
player gets his level +1 in hit points.
Right.
No, you get base level +1, and then you get an additional 1 for each point above 15. So if he rolls a
Gotcha.
15, you'd get
I get
a
4.
you get 4. If he rolls a 16,
Which
5.
would put me at a +2, which is a hell of a lot better than where I'm at. So
Right.
Yes.
here's to your success, Jad.
And you can use a force point on this if you want. It's up to you.
I don't think it's worth it. Just roll a 15.
17. is what
Very
I rolled.
cool. All right, so now
It's just a
sitting-
+2, right? Yeah.
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 Well, if it's a skill check, I give you a +1 also.
Oh well, then 18.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Anyway, either way.
Nice.
So it's 8 hit points
3 + 4, yeah,
or 7
Yep.
hit points.
7 hit points. Yeah.
Yep.
I now have 7 hit points.
There you
I
go.
can take on the whole empire myself.
All right.
That was a scary scene, guys. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Are we going to close up for the night?
We can, or we can sort of get things on the road so Mary can join you guys. Just talk
Can
this
I
through
get-
instead of doing.
How much
Role
How
play.
much time will that take? Because I'm really need to go pretty soon.
Probably just a couple minutes. Figure out
Okay, do it.
which direction you guys are going. What are you going to do with her?
I feel like that's really up to Lash.
Um,
I'm gonna go check on Leto.
He's floating back into the room about this time. He just dodged out of the way. He's like, "Is everything
Still, I'm
okay?"
checking him to make sure, like you're all good. No one got you.
Yep, I'm doing all right. I thought we were supposed to take videos of this. Do you want me to take video of this now?
Are you supposed to take videos?
Seems like a mess.
You were supposed to.
we never did get the town involved, but I
Yeah.
think we should now. If Lash
were
has to
going
make a
to.
call, if Lash has to make a call here for this woman, I think Lash's call would be to turn her over to whatever new town authorities there will be with this power vacuum going on,
Okay.
and let the people decide what's going to happen to her.
Okay. And about that time, Lena comes in with her son. He shows up with like a crowbar.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna
And-
be going through the pockets of the.
Okay.
Old Dad, treasure hunter.
I like the cut of your jib, Dad. Boy, say that 3 times fast.
Can't let things go to waste.
What do the guys have on them?
97 credits.
Yeah.
It's always 97. I want the keys to her spaceship.
No shit.
These guys have about 640 credits on them.
Nice.
If you start rifling through the
I'll
desk,
split that with everybody.
you're going to find a lot more because her cred chips are on her pretty vast. But in her computer holdings, if Dodd wants to go through and sort of pull all her information, she's got quite a bit of.
I'll also forward any kind of suspicious activity that I can find in ledgers.
Yeah,
and/or
all
whatever
kinds. It's
straight
all
to the
there.
authorities.
In her personal account, there's 12,000 credits. You're not sure how much is hers and how much was what she stole from the townsfolk.
It's ours.
It's all ours now.
Okay.
'Cause we're big damn heroes.
All right. What is Lena's son's
So
name?
everybody gets 260 credits from that.
From the 12,000?
Oh,
No,
we're
from
taking the 12,000.
Like, what are you
Jed's
doing?
math is suspicious.
Like, holy shit.
This scoundrel's telling the truth. Why wouldn't he tell the truth?
Fucking Jad's a
He said, "Guys,
dragon.
I-
Like trying
I
to build a
found
horde.
300 credits in her bank account.
Oh, I thought we were giving the 12,000 back to the town.
Who said?
That's not what I got. Shinna is the mechanic's name. He looks wide-eyed as he walks in, and there are other townsfolk coming up the stairwell as he comes in.
There's all this blaster fire. Why does that one have an axe buried in his skull?
Screaming Firehawk.
He's like, "Is it over? are we finally free of all this mess? Are we finally free of them? And Lena like squeezes his arms and smiles.
Haku just points down like, this one is still technically alive.
And Lash, like she's at the point now where she can kind of sit up and talk, and she says that we gave them an opportunity to settle this peacefully, and they didn't take it. So I'm sure your fine city will know how to deal with this. She says, she calls her my name,
Tarla.
What do you think? And she asks Lena's dad, or Lena's son. I mean,
He says, I think we need to hold an election and get a mayor in here, and then have her face, the courts for her crimes. That's all I can think of. And a lot of people start nodding and to themselves, yeah, this we need to do. That sounds like a good plan, that sort of stuff. So
Lash looks over at Dodd and says, like, kind of nods at him for his approval. Same thing with Haku and Jad, seeing if they're okay with this action. She wants their approval.
Okay.
On the floor
Since they took bullets for this shit, so
holding a blaster wound together with some duct tape and whatever the hell it was that was in Jad's pocket. I kind of sit up a little bit and look over at Lena.
Yes.
Right? And I said, Lena, as far as I can tell, you've shown more wisdom than anybody else I've met since I've landed on this planet. As someone who is involved in this activity, I would like to nominate you for mayor of this town.
She blushes and she puts her hand on you and she says, I am way too old to be messing with that. I am 95 years old. There's no way.
That somebody with 86 years of experience knows more than you do?
I can't do that. That's too much. But thank you. I appreciate it, she says.
Well, I thought it was a nice gesture. I say to no one in particular, I guess.
the town
slide back to the ground and go, oh.
More of the town is coming up now, and they're talking, and they're removing some of the bodies and lifting up the desk. It takes 5 guys to lift this desk up, and they take the Duro out. We're going to fast jump to you guys in the ship. Do you want to contact Harrow and have him set up the gardens and what's left of the town and maybe do some construction for them?
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just go ahead.
It's clearly safe for him to land.
Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and assume you guys are sending off messages to have that all come in and do that.
Haku would also be working on still stripping. Like, this was a side thing. Haku still needs to get back to stripping those parts. So,
Okay.
Is there any part of the amount of money involved that our crew would be willing to pay to our contractor friend for helping these guys? And
I think we bought those services. We paid for it.
yeah, we paid for that
Right.
all in advance.
okay.
But there could be other stuff if you guys want to set up a communications array in that little town so they can communicate with the other one. It's up to you. I mean, you have a lot of money, so
That's what I'm saying.
and
is
Star Wars
We
doesn't have a lot of
haven't paid
like.
off the ship.
That is a good question. I will have to figure that up.
Okay.
I don't think it was a whole lot, but I'll figure it
Enough
up
to pay what?
to pay
I
off.
thought it was like 20,000. So
I can't remember. But the people that are involved, so it's not like it's on a rush. What was it? What did it cost?
well, I mean, it kind of did get their part of the spaceport shot up too.
Yeah, it was 20,000. Oh, yeah, 20,000 used. So that's not too bad.
I just want you guys to all log that in your records that I actually paid attention. Just
All right. Other than that, anything else you guys want to do on this planet?
I mean,
I would like to have a really good home cooked meal before we left.
Okay.
Back at the village where it all started.
They do that. They by the time you guys get back, they have cleaned up as much as they can, and they're doing some sort of celebration of life sort of thing for all the people who've passed, the people that are still there. Again, that destiny thing happens again because you've freed these two cities, or this city and this town. So
as we're walking in, I'm just gonna nudge Dodd and say, "Is it Life Day already?"
You know what? I let me check my calendar.
You guys have a good meal. Anything else you want to do on the planet before you take off?
We might want to sell off these extra weapons that we probably won't need.
Okay.
Because like I took a list down of everything you said. There were 5 additional blaster pistols, 5 additional blaster carbines, 5 vibro daggers. I took 1.
I think that if we do sell them, it should be a discount rate, and I think that before we leave, we should make sure that we find someone, probably somebody suggested by Lena and her son, or someone that we would trust that might know people, to find some type of military-minded person to start a defensive group here. So this doesn't just turn back over to bad guys and as soon as we head off world.
Like the Doc E Rangers?
Yeah.
Something?
Exactly. Like, I think we should found some kind of militia group here before we leave to protect these people that are, as they rebuild.
Yeah, you're saying all of this, it's all going right over Hakuru's head.
Yeah. You can talk to Shiva, and he can put that, make sure that's what they start doing on the other side.
With the amount of money we got, I'm actually cool with turning over the weapons. Is just a kind of a act of faith to these people, to let them build their defenses back up.
You even suggest that, and I'm going to look at Jad like, you have to tell him.
And that's how this should work, And
I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I don't really care. I'm just keeping a heavy blaster and a blaster rifle. They can have it all. That's fine.
Okay.
Lena gives Jad a hug for that. You get a nice puppy cuddle.
I'm gonna squirm awkwardly during the hug.
All right.
Okay, so that's 5 blaster pistols, 5 blaster carbines, 4 vibro daggers. Unless somebody else wanted to grab one.
Do you want to sell them here, or do you want to try and sell them somewhere else with Harrow or whatever his name was?
Are we selling them? I thought we were leaving them with the villagers. Is that not right?
We're taking the grenades.
Yeah, we can take the grenades. Let's just turn the light arms over to.
Okay.
Take the grenades, whatever weapons from it that we did want.
Yeah.
Like I literally only have
what
a
we
rifle.
want.
Yeah.
Take what we want. We're gonna get the rest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you try and sell them to either town, it's going to be a really small version of what they actually cost, because the city has also been squeezed for all its money, so people don't. There's not a lot of fresh money flowing around. So,
and that's what Lash is thinking, that these people are not in a good condition to defend themselves if we leave worlds.
Right.
So we need to something here for them.
Yeah, Hakuru's not like arguing or anything. He's just like, oh yeah, when you get stuff, you sell it, right?
Especially because we have business interests here now. Like we've established trade, and if we need money, that's not going to be a problem.
Right.
Oh yeah, we could like wait for like another load to be ready.
We really could.
Yeah.
And while we're doing that, that could be when things are getting installed. That can be us. That's what we're doing while we're waiting for another load to be ready to go sell.
Okay.
And that could probably get that 20 we need in order to customize the ship.
Okay. I haven't figured out how to make this profitable yet, but there is something that Lash and I cooked up to do that we did a bunch of research on, if you recall, Lashara.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I need to find an angle to make it profitable for us so that we can go do it.
Yeah.
Kirk's giving the face of I do not remember what this is. You want to explain it, or you want to send him a message later?
No, you can go ahead. I mean,
I'm not sure I understand it. I just did the research on the computer to help you out.
You're talking about the map?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's going to factor in. We'll wait for next time to do it. I don't know. We don't have enough details yet
Okay.
about where it goes, how long it's going to take to get there, what
Oh,
resources.
that, yeah. 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 I have that all figured out, so we can do that next
Yeah.
time. Any other? So you're going to wait for another load of minerals and take it to Harrow,
Take it to Perot.
and then have
Let
your
him
ship
know
fixed.
that he's in the clear to do the things that he needs to do.
Okay.
And then maybe we can use some of the supplementary materials to
Okay.
get some sort of armed militia. I don't. Who knows? Anyway,
Or you just
yeah.
have them prepare. I mean, they can start training their own people and things like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
They
These
they
are
definitely have enough
seasoned
weapons.
warriors now.
yeah,
There are 8 of those guys. I would bring with me to a fight anywhere.
yeah. Or if they need more miners, you can always put out some sort of,
Adjustment.
yeah, to get miners there, security people, and let it start doing that sort of thing. Let it build up on its own. That way, you're not having to physically pick people out and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not their dad.
Right.
They're going to have to stand on their own 2 feet.
Well, maybe there's some business interest for Harrow here. You
Yeah.
know, if we can get him ore, and
Right.
we can make that profitable for us, but a portion of our each load can go to paying for security forces that he keeps on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
I know it's kind of advanced, but
I assume after one more
think
load,
we'll-
you guys are going to turn it over to the city Garia and let them deal with him directly, correct?
Yeah.
Because the only reason you guys were
also-
there was to run security, basically.
yeah.
Also, it shouldn't be on us to provide funds to make those things happen.
Right.
I think, Lashara. I think
They'll
what
figure
we
it out.
do is we broker with them a discount for their minerals that would account for that trade.
Yeah. That's you're same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And if they get more miners there, then that's more money coming into the city. It could be a big difference.
Now they'll be the warlords.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Or in 2 years, it could be a major metropolis with, several satellite cities around. So,
Right.
So I guess here's my
Yeah.
quick question here, because I'm trying to get everything wrapped up. So I guess what is our plan for this immediate next trip of ore? Is that what we're going to use to then fund upgrades to the ship that were mentioned?
Yep.
And so then we still have that 12 to disperse against the 4 of us, or was the 12 sticking with us? Where was that going?
Well, we need to upgrade the ship, and I think that Dodd's really wanting to get the ship paid off. I think those are 2 priorities.
Right, but I'm almost positive we could do that all with just the ore that we're
Yeah,
transporting.
probably.
probably.
So then that leaves that 12,000 just for us to go on to whatever we want.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanted to know, I split it up. It's 3160 per person.
Unless you want to give Nanat a portion.
Oh yeah,
should give
I always
Nanat a
forget
portion.
about Nanat.
Yeah, I
I
feel
always
like
forget
you
about
should get
Nanat.
That's,
Yes, Nanat gets a portion.
I hate to be that guy.
He,
but-
he was active in this. No,
Yeah.
yes, you were right.
And
But
that-
Leto gets jack shit.
yeah, he doesn't.
Droid.
I don't care about money. Are you crazy? Just need enough to buy my cigars.
20, then
So,
25.30 per person.
That's pretty good.
Still,
Yeah, $2,500 will buy you a lot of
Yeah.
something.
At a certain
Yeah.
point, credits in Star Wars just just falls apart.
oh, there is something that a crew is definitely saving up for.
A moon? You want a moon?
I want a moon. I think
no
I
moon.
almost have enough for the really badass sniper rifle that I want.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. There are stuff out there, but eventually gets to the point where you're at such higher levels. It's crazy.
What did you say it was?
Walking around-
2150 or something like that? Is what you said?
21.30.
2130.
Me walking
25.30.
around
25.30.
Oh, 2530.
30. Kirk, would you mind writing that down?
I've got it written down.
I was gonna say, I'll write it down, then I'll forget about it. 2530.
I'll lose it in here.
I'm just adjusting.
You know-
I'm adjusting how much I have on
Let me
me.
put it in then.
3,565 credits total.
Let me put it in knots. thing here. All right, so we'll pick up with you guys basically heading out to the Harrow's Construction Company next time. And that way Mary can come in and be a part of things. So
Did you have something kind of set up for her joining the crew, or is that going to put you in a good place for that?
yeah, I just didn't want her to wake up and then you guys be in the middle of this big fight or finishing up and then her be like, I have no, nothing in this. And
Got no skin in this game. What are you
so,
doing?
yeah. So basically she'll be in there. You guys will be negotiating stuff and then we'll take it from there.
She's an engineer.
Yes, she will be the ship's mechanic, basically.
Sweet. So yeah, this is a perfect time for that since we're going to be buying upgrades. She'll fit right in.
Yes. Yeah, she is a Tagorian scout.
Yep. So be wary, guys. We're going to have cats and dogs on board.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. We'll cut it there, and we'll see you all next week.
Cool.
Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Gaming Without Gaming, all rights reserved. Visit us at gamingwithoutgaming.com. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/gamingwithoutgaming. Title music is by Greg Braun. Find him on soundcloud.com/Clara7. That's KLARA-7. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Gaming Without Gaming logo music is by Kevin MacLeod.